Welcome to my market wrap for Friday, January 13th. Friday the 13th, huh? Markets were stagnant today, really. NASDAQ broke out to new high. Most of your other underlying indices hit positive returns today. However, the Dow was negative slightly. It's just been a stagnant past week. I think everybody's just taking a breath from the post-election hysteria. I think they're also waiting for to see these confirmations are going to happen and what's going to happen with the formation of the new cabinet before, because as most of you are aware out there, markets hate uncertainty. So anyways, let's get into it today, and I'll give you the final wrap for the week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed on 5.27 points to 19,885.73, or down 0.03%. The Nasdaq Composite closed up 26.63 points to 5574.12, a new record high. The broad-based S&P 500 closed up 4.20 points to 2274.64, or up 0.18%. The small cap Russell 2000 closed up 10.98 points to 1372.04, or up 0.81%. Looking at some further indices today, the NASDAQ 100 Triple Qs closed up 18.08 points to 5,059.51, or up 0.36%. The S&P Mid-Cap 400 Index closed up 9.10 points to 1687.39, or 0.54%. The S&P Small Cap 600 Index closed up 6.57 points to 839.86, or 0.79%. So you can see that the small caps have broken out a little bit more today than either your mid caps or your large caps or blue chips. Going on, the NYSE Composite Index closed up 22.99 points to 11,227.13, or up 0.21%. The XAU, the Gold and Silver Index, closed up 0.81 points to 87.04, or up 0.94%. Looking at the semiconductor, the SOX Index closed up 6.51 points to 924.67, or up 0.71%. And in the indices section, last but not least, the Volatility Index, or the VIX, closed down 0.23 points to 11.31, or down 1.99%. Looking at market internals today, volume was slightly below average, although not thin by no means. Total share volume on the New York Stock Exchange, 3.071 billion shares traded, of which 1.69 billion were advancing, 1.31 were declining, and 57 million were unchanged. Looking at the NASDAQ stock market, 1.6 billion shares traded total share volume, of which 995 million was advancing, 586 million was declining, and just a tick under 19 million, 18.6 million shares were unchanged. Looking at the NYSE market, or MX, 104 million shares traded, of which 71 million was advancing, 28 million were declining, and 4 million were unchanged. Now, if some of these numbers don't necessarily make sense, I round them for the sake of simplicity. I just want to give you approximate figures as well. Looking at market breadth, or the advanced decline line, on the New York Stock Exchange, 1,855 issues were advancing, 1,111 were declining, and 134 issues were unchanged. Looking at the NASDAQ stock market, now here you can see a little bit of a divergence, and I'll explain it in a second. 2,004 issues were advancing, 857 issues were declining, and 154 issues were unchanged. Where you see the difference is, yes, they were both advancing, but the NASDAQ was more than a 2-to-1 ratio, advancers to decliners. So you can see where the strength is. You know, even looking at the volume figures, there's more strength today traded on the Nasdaq. And finally, in the last one, the NYSE market, or AMAX, 196 issues were advancing, 119 were declining, and 23 were unchanged. Going over to the currencies and commodities section. Starting off in the currencies versus the US dollar, the euro, 106.41, a slight pop there, up 0.0030. Japanese yen, 114.50, down 0.22. It's been coming down lately, the yen. And my favorite currency, the English pound, 1.2184, up 0.0021. The Australian dollar, 0.7501, up 0.0017. And the Swiss franc, 1.0093, down 0.0016. Looking at selected commodities, the futures markets today. Start them off. West Texas Intermediate crude, down 0.53 to 52.48, or down 1% even. Brent North Sea crude, 55.52, down 0.49, or down 0.87%. Gold, 1197.80, down 2.0, or down 0.17%. Silver, 16.830, up 0.005, or up 0.03%. Equity index futures, Dow Jones futures, 19,821, up 18, or up 0.09%. S&P 500 index futures, up 8.25 points, 2272 even, or up 0.38%. Now these prices are traded now on Globex. I mean, they don't stop until, let's see, it's the weekend. I would say like around 8 p.m. Eastern time they stop trading for the weekend. So these are still fluid and moving. So these quotes are probably going to be outdated by the time you hear this. But I just want to give you guys a heads up. And I want to finish up with the 10-year bond down 10/32 of a point. Yield to maturity up to 2.398%. So a little bit of movement there. And as I told you in previous videos, when you look at the yield of the 10-year, it's not a direct correlation, but the trends with the 10-year, the yield on the 10-year, and the 30-year mortgage seem to follow each other. So as the trend of the 10-year climbs, the 30-year mortgage will climb. And as it drops, as well as the 30-year mortgage as well. Yeah, that's it. So another week done, another week in the doldrums. Not much happening. It's okay. It's healthy. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful and safe weekend. And look forward to seeing you guys on Monday again. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share this video. And please subscribe to my channel again. Also, if you would please support me on Patreon, link will be down in the description below. As well as I just want to end and say, listen, never give up on your dreams. Always fight the fight no matter what obstacle you encounter in your life, and achieve. And let's change this world one person at a time. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful weekend again. Bye-bye.